discriminated against just because of their belief system and who they belong to, and they support their self-determination and independence, right? They are being shot in the eyes, shot in the backs. Like, there's mad photos out there, bro. Now that's happening. But what you're saying is, if somebody was to go and really take over the thing and whatnot and whatever, the only person that could
Well,
ever try and do that would be India, right? Because they claim to have the most
standard.
Audio's cut out, man.
What he's doing
Yeah,
now.
India, they got hella big beef, is basically what he's probably saying. Pakistan and India.
Yeah,
they
India's
with each
beefing with
other.
everyone, man. They're beefing with China as well, aren't they?
Yeah, but their beef with Pakistan is serious.
But
But
as I said, look, if they can crawl
if
in
Yeah, but
Kashmir
there,
that's
is already
because they're
independent,
colonial Britain, though.
if
yeah,
these
no, I'm thinking, but if
Europeans can
Kashmir is,
crawl in there and Americans can crawl in there,
I mean, you know,
they
yeah,
can
yeah,
do what they want.
if China said they recognize
And
Kashmir
just
as a sovereign
apologize.
country, then India's going to say, I recognize Taiwan as a sovereign country, or
Yeah,
Tibet
yeah,
true.
as a
I
sovereign
don't,
country.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
necessarily know
yeah.
about that, but I'll be thinking to myself that if Kashmir is already independent and it's not a nuclear power, then it's invadable, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, because yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It's just invadable.
Yeah, but
man.
they're both gonna
Nukes scare
die.
people, that's why.
It's not even scare people. It's just a region of massive conflict of interest between sort of axial powers. Do you know what I mean? It's like you got Russia over there, you got fucking China over there, you got India over there, you got
yeah.
Pakistan, who's like
So Vic,
natively.
Vic, let me throw this at you. Yeah, do you not see like conflicts of interest now? So, for example, yeah, you've got China, like you said, Russia and Pakistan and India, right? Four contenders that you took speaking about. Now, you do know that out of all four of them, they all have alliances with each other, except for Pakistan and India and China and India. Do you know that, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But you know, it's the
So,
Russian mafia are in control out there, not actually the government, right?
bro, I'm not gonna address that right now. Just let me carry on, please. So, in your opinion, Vic, yeah, your level-headed opinion, right? If you look, like you said, an axis, I don't know, it's not a rule like a trinity, like a triangle, but it's an axis, isn't it? So, if you look at the axes, yeah, and we're in the axes, the four countries, two of them do not get along with one, and the two of them that do not get along with one share a common interest with the main one, such as Russia. Yes? Do you really think Russia is going to go against China, yeah, and their newfound alliance with Pakistan and support India against them both?
Not for nothing shit. Nah, of course not.
I don't
This is
know. I
my
think
point.
a lot of
This is my
countries
point.
do rely on Russia, but because Russia own all the free ports where they don't charge tax. That's why
So
they
Russia,
have that.
Russia and Ukraine have the 40% of the world's wheat.
Yes,
You know right now.
yes, I'm glad someone fucking said it. Yes,
You know,
you know
right,
what it's
yeah,
about, then, isn't it?
I'm
You
sure
know what
brothers
it's
like
about,
Vic
then.
no, but I'm saying I'm sure brothers like Vic, Maku, Jedi, they all know this. It's just they don't have to bring it up. Not everyone has to bring it up. What I'm gonna say is this: look, we make chapatis, Vic, yeah, as Pakistanis, right? The cost of flour has gone up exponentially, bro, like 40 to 50%, easily, all because of this war.
One of the things that's supposed to be the cheapest is now like, yeah, man.
Getting there.
It's a monopoly, bro. It's a monopoly. That's all.
Yeah, they want to stretch you. They want to stretch you. They want to take your money in any country that you're part of, bro. Any country that you're part of. Kashmir, to me, for the best part of 3 decades, looking like a boiling pot. You know what I mean? Like an excuse for them to just war
all
on
right.
each other.
Do you know the reason of Kashmir being a boiling pot, or do you just know about the aftermath, Vic?
Generally, just the aftermath. I know some of it because I got like Kashmiri peeps
May
that have lived
can
there.
I
You know what I'm
explain it
saying?
to you in one sentence? Can I like explain it to you in one sentence what happened?
Go for it. British
At partition,
colonialism.
before like once British colonialism was like abolished, yeah, and Pakistan and India both gained their independence, right? In 1947, Pakistan, as in at that time it was East and West Pakistan, they gained it on the 14th of August and 1947, and India respectively on the 15th, right? What happened is after that there were not many, that numerous, yeah, kingdoms that were princely states that were governed by the British but were autonomous at the same time, and like they started to secede to the nations that were made. right? Now, the Kashmiri Maharaja at the time, yeah, the ruler of Kashmir was a Hindu,
Mhm.
but the majority of the population was 80 to 85% Muslim at the time. So the population wanted to join Pakistan. The Maharaja ran towards India for protection, thinking that, you know, these are the rulers that are going to protect me and whatnot. And yeah, that's what happened. And then they got split along the lines. And one thing you said earlier was, Vic, here, you said that Kashmir is free. Yes, Alhamdulillah, Kashmir is free in the Pakistani side, yes. But did you know that the autonomy that we offer the Kashmiris has been diminished about 2 years ago by Modi's government? Did you know about that?
By whose government?
The Indian government, bro. The Narendra
Okay.
Modi, you know, the president, prime minister of India, right?
Okay.
Basically, the same kind of autonomy that was offered to the Kashmiris in Pakistan, yeah, was the same thing what was happening in India before. Like, no Indian could go and buy land and in Kashmir, Indian administer Kashmir, right? But they have basically quelled that law and now passed something through parliament that allows them to do that.
It's crazy.
Basically,
No, I
they are
did not
using.
even
There's
know
the,
that. You know, I did
as
not
well
even
as
know
the
that.
as well as the
But,
man having the proximity war, there's also a proxy war going on over there as well, which is what makes the
Vic,
whole situation
Vic,
double
the
tapped.
only reason why Pakistan is involved with Kashmir, right? If Kashmir was an 80% Hindu majority, I'm telling you now, Pakistan would not be involved in that war because
No.
the reason for Pakistan's creation, yeah, was for Muslim lands. It wasn't for us to go and usurp Hindu lands and proclaim them to be ours. It wasn't for that. It was for the fact that there were two majorities, which were Hindu and Muslim at the time of the partition, right? And they were both given a basis to self-determine themselves once we're gone, like once the British are gone. You get me? And that way, what happened like I explained to you, the Maharaja decided to go to India.
Tapped.
Innit? Like, who cares, man? The fuck, man?
Well, we do it, bro. You might not care, Matthew, but we do it. The same way, like you talk about problems about all
I ain't
this
talking about
slavery
shit.
and that.
I
You
ain't
want
talking
us to
about
show
shit.
empathy. No, I'm just saying,
I ain't
like,
talking
you know,
about
when you
shit.
lot do talk about slavery and all these kind of things, the majority do. You want us to show empathy, but when we talk about our subjects, you say, "Who cares?"
Dead food, man. Shut up, man. This is
Yeah,
pissing
it's
me
funny,
off,
man.
bro. Like, your voice is whiny, bro. So just like, what? So what, man? What? Things that we've talked about before.
I'm not
Like, you
Yeah,
whining,
ain't
bro.
the
The
Marcus,
brother,
first.
fuck your jollof rice,
Shut up,
man.
man.
bro,
Go there.
the brother's asking me questions. I'm answering them. What's wrong? Like,
Fucking Kashmir.
speak
Shut
about
up,
something else,
man.
man.
Shush.
Speak about something else, man.
Come here. Yeah, just go. But if you're gonna nuke yourself, man. Like, relax, man. The fuck, man. It's boring,
Yeah,
man.
that beef won't never that beef won't never
So
simmer
dead,
down
bro.
or die. There ain't no energy from either side to want to simmer that beef. That is just nicely
They're all
cooking there.
Hindus. They just got different
You
points of
always want
view. That's all. They're all Indians, Hindus.
Vic, can I ask you a
All of
question, bro? You know, today when I jumped on the channel, did I speak about Pakistan first or did Matthew?
I don't know. I think we all did. I wasn't really taking
Even
notice.
though it was fleeting, bruvs, it wasn't even important. It was just a point of reference. Like, we're talking
I'm the
about Bin
same, bro.
Laden. We're talking about Bin
Every time I
Laden.
come, every time I
Right.
come on, you do the same. Like, you
Oh,
talk
we're
about my
talking about Bin
country.
Laden. Shush,
You
man.
say what?
I'm talking about if man landed weapons and landed troops, because you were saying that these weapons they wouldn't work in certain countries. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
bro,
And I'm
unless
telling
they
you,
1 second, unless they had the technology already, there's nothing they could do about that big vehicle rolling across
yeah.
their Gulf or whatever
All right,
river
can I
or
respond?
sea or
Can I
whatever.
respond?
There's nothing they could do, bro. Unless you got
Can I
weapons that
respond?
can do something against it. You was being the
Man,
one unfair. So I mentioned Pakistan as a
I
point of
won't be
reference.
unfair. I'm addressing your question fully now. What's this, yeah?
You're not gonna nuke
Matthew,
the point. Mm.
Matthew, are you gonna answer my question, please, in reply to your question?
What question?
Matthew, do you know if there was a terrorist so wanted by one of your countries, yeah, like Nigeria or an African country, or one of my countries, like a Muslim country in Asia, for example, like Pakistan, Iraq, you know, Turkey, one of these countries, yeah? and we actually happen to go and catch him, yes, Maku, and we killed this guy, yeah? Maku, are you not going to keep one of his fucking teeth?
Sorry.
Just to keep, are you not going to keep one of his teeth or his tooth? One of the
Oh,
tooth? Are you not going to take one of his tooth out
bro,
just to
I
prove?
said,
One second, bro. Just to prove that you actually did it. So when
I
you
don't
tell
care
me
what
about,
you're doing, bro.
you should,
I
you
said
should,
suppose
bro.
it. I said
Bro,
supposedly dumped him in the sea,
all right.
right? But one
So
thing that
I
was
agree with what you said.
supposedly. So
Supposedly.
hold on 1 second, bro. Because remember, they apologized to the Pakistani government for flying in their secret helicopters, doing their little mission,
I'm
taking
telling
him
you, it never
out of
happened.
Pakistan, out of
I'm telling you,
a
it never happened.
hold on, next to a block, next to an army barracks.
So
In fact,
what's
yeah.
this, Vic?
Hold on.
Yeah, what's this? Vic,
They
what's
said
this?
he
Yeah, the
told them.
Ukraine war is fake. Yeah, but Bin Laden thing was real for Matthew. This is a
I'm not
joke
saying
thing,
it's
bro. That's
real. I'm
a
just
joke.
saying, where was the country that they said he was hiding in? Is it a myth or is it some joke? No, it was Pakistan. And they apologized supposedly on fucking
Who
camera
did?
that, oh,
Who
sorry,
did?
Pakistan,
Must have been
Who
SEAL
did
Team
it?
6. SEAL
sorry,
Team 6.
we sorry,
No,
we
no,
sneaked
no.
into your country.
Matthew,
Yeah.
who apologized?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the army. It
Bro,
must have been SEAL
forget it,
Team
man.
6, the
You weren't
Marines.
watching, you weren't thing, you was
It's
just
US
way off.
Navy, not Marines.
Like, come on, man.
Nah, I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm not doing it in that regard.
Same
The
shit.
reason why I'm
Did I
asking you
say?
this,
Did I
yeah,
say?
at the time,
Did I say Obama with the laptop, or did I say Obama with the laptop?
Max,
Right.
hear me, bro.
You
What I'm
supposedly
saying is,
done
at
it
the
with the
time,
laptop, right?
yeah,
Hold
at
on
the
one
time,
second.
he was in power in Pakistan.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm saying they went to
Real talk.
Pakistan to supposedly find Bin Laden. Yeah, after all these years looking for him in Afghanistan. Yeah, now he turns up in Pakistan, and then they say they run in the building, lick him down, take the body away, and dash it in the ocean. Question
And they
mark?
even
Question
show
mark?
his wife as well.
Yeah.
Vic, I think
The
I'm getting an
actual
echo.
execution,
I'm getting
the
an echo
actual,
off music,
the
man.
actual
For me, you
execution
think?
is not the point. The point is that the security of Pakistan was breached. Yeah, they had no problem in doing it, and then
Okay, you ready?
apologizing 1 second, and then apologizing later. So to show you, like you think your defenses are all that good, that a rolling
Stop it,
tank.
bro.
1 second, my brother, a rolling tank that we just saw on the screen could not penetrate
That was a
your
rolling tank, man. That was
yeah.
an amphibious vehicle.
Yeah, okay, cool. But when it lands on the shore, yeah, of your country, what can you do?
Are you saying that it will deploy 3 tanks when we have like 200? What's wrong with you, bro? Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying any tanks
I
you
listen.
have,
What's this? Matthew, I'm ready. I'm ready for the answer. What's this?
bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying
First of
any
all,
tank, bro. I'm not asking you a question.
Unc,
Yeah,
you was making a statement, and
I'm
I'm trying
asking
to
you a
reply
question.
to
Yeah,
your
I'm making a
statement, Unc,
statement.
man.
I don't reply
I'm
to my
sorry.
statement. My statement is my statement. Yeah, you make
No,
your own
no,
statement,
no, but
my
that's
brother.
what I'm saying. So for me, I'm
Yeah, you
replying to
make
your
your own
statement, but
statement. Don't reply
I
to
will,
my
my brother.
statement.
Unc, come on, Unc,
That's why it's
man.
a statement,
Unc, it's not a
not a
beef thing,
question.
please.
If it's a question, it's a question, isn't it? Oh, big
Unc, we're
odds.
just talking.
Is this,
Unc,
this, and that? No, that's not
Unc,
what was
we're
said.
just talking, Unc.
I'm saying what I'm saying, yeah, and you took a little bit of it and went into
Unc,
some
I'm not trying
monologue
to
about
fight
Pakistan.
or nothing, bro, man.
Hold
Fucking hell,
on,
bro.
brother.
Like,
Hold on.
Vic was asking me questions about Pakistan. Vic, were you not, bro? Asking me
Hold
about
on, man.
Kashmir and all that. Come on, Unc, man. I won't try
He
to go
made a
into it
point as
myself,
well.
bro.
He made a point also, right? That's all he did was make a point also. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if we get stuck on these points,
I made
you
points,
keep
though. I
jumping
made points.
and not
No,
let
but I
man
made
talk
points.
fluently, yeah, we can never have a
You've been
proper
talking for 5
conversation.
minutes
Stop
now.
cutting.
You've been talking for a while.
Man, stop talking over me then. Are you dumb? The fuck, man? Yeah, so I'm saying he was trying to make a point as well, and it makes for a smooth conversation. He's making a point, I'm making a point, you make a point, but you're trying to make points off of what we're talking about. It makes no sense. It's just gonna drag us out, and then 3 hours down the line, we got to a point that we was trying to get to. Fuck all that. I ain't got time for all that shit. I don't know if it's because I'm older and my patience is running thin lately. Like I can't take
Unc,
nonsense.
it's cool, man. I'm going to just drop it.
Punk
I
thing, man.
respect you, bro. Do your thing, man.
Sure. Like we care about Pakistan, man. Allow it, man. You know what I mean? I only made
So you don't care about... So what you say? You don't care about Pakistan?
No. What was that?
Cool, man. That's good
That's
to know.
like saying,
That's good to
do I
know.
like
I'm
Israel?
just laughing at how blunt
Do I
he
like
is.
the
He's
No,
same
just
man, it's
not in
fine.
the
God?
mood,
No,
bro.
no, it's fine, bro.
He's
But
not in
but
the
when you
mood.
come
Come
around,
on.
when you come around Pakistanis asking us to care about your plight,
Bruv,
just remember
I
your
never
words.
know nothing. I know I never expect nothing
Oh,
from
you
no.
must care about the slave trade, even though you were never involved
I
and you
just said
faced your own fucking shit. But
I'm
we
just
must care about you, and you must never care about us. Fuck that, bro. I'm done with that shit, bro.
you're
How
a
about that?
military country, bruv. Well, how am I
Yeah,
supposed to
and
care?
what, bro? And you fucking buy shit from us, bro. Your country buys shit from us. Remember that.
So we're a military country too. So what's your point?
Fuck Britain.
You know what I mean? Like, what's he doing, man? No, I'm talking about, and when I'm talking my country, I'm saying Nigeria. I'm not talking about England. We know what England is. You know what I'm saying? They got submarines, nuclear submarines, all sorts of things. They can do this shit. They can buy that shit if they want. They won't buy it though. They'll sell it to some Middle Eastern country or Pakistan. You see that rolling around Pakistan in the desert instead of in the water.
You see one of them in Pakistan just do the fucking
Yeah,
beat, though, innit? Yeah, just get the fuck out
with the latest
because
music on it. You know, the latest
with the
music on
latest
it.
the latest fucking tanks hanging off the
Yeah,
cunt. Nah,
you know what
gotta
I'm
allow
saying?
it.
Like, yeah, mad. You know what I mean?
Totally
These
gotta
are the
allow it.
men that go to them weapons conferences and all of that, and you know what I mean?
What, the guy
Representatives
in the
of.
video?
No, I'm just saying the like big odds. Those are the guys that send. You know what I mean?
It goes to weapons conferences.
Yeah, you have to send these
Oh
men,
man.
your representative of your country, to these weapons conferences. Then you get a better understanding of what we're talking about. Do you get it? Because right now you're thinking, this tech's for them. Nah, this tech ain't for them. They got nukes. They're
It's not
licking man down with
it's
drones.
not
Hold on.
conventional. This is not
No, they're
it's not
licking down man
available to
with
the
drones
public.
now. They've got different levels.
Do you see that
As
gun
man
at the
said.
beginning though?
Mm.
The man, they had
All
a
of that.
gun for the drone, EM gun for the drone, like
Yeah.
no
Well,
bullets.
the ones they got wings. You seen the drones they got? They got wings. That's like a
Who,
little
Mm.
plane. You
who
get me?
developed
That's
that?
a different
America.
level. Yeah, them cheap ones you can buy. Yeah, man, you can lick that down. But you ain't licking the one that's at 40,000 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Yeah,
predator drone.
yeah,
You
with a
you
secret
you man
camera
you
and all
man
of
you
that.
man reckon
Let's
that, yeah.
let's stop the nonsense. Yeah, the
So
ones
you
that
man
blowing up
reckon that the
million
fighter
parties.
jets that we have like flying higher than that, yeah, cannot shoot them
Yeah,
predator drones
listen,
down.
you've
Come
seen
on,
the
man.
videos. You've seen the videos. The one that
What
pull
videos? Your
the
dead
X.
videos. Come on, man.
No, they put the X. It's not
It's a
funny.
joke,
It's not
bro.
funny.
And
It's
you're
not
showing
funny.
me videos that white men are creating with the white men technology, and you're backing it like a G. Well
It's not
done, man. Well done, bro. I rate your shit today, bro. I swear.
funny.
You've
Shut
fully
up.
shown yourself, like it
Why are
makes
you
me laugh,
talking?
bro. Yeah, you can try to make me, but it's not gonna happen, is it?
What are you doing? Why are you talking with
Bro,
me?
you
Why are you
just
talking?
like what you done, Maki, today. This is what you done, bro. Yeah,
Speak
you
your own
said,
mind,
you
bro.
know if you're brown, yeah, man don't give a fuck, innit? That's what you just said, bro. Basically,
I said what? I said what?
bro. I ain't speaking Farsi, innit? I'm speaking English.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. And I speak what I speak, and you speak what you speak. I don't know why you're trying to speak for me.
What is the discussion about? The discussion
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know,
at the
man.
moment isn't about
Listen, I
anything.
just think we should come off this topic about talking about each other's countries because you don't like when I talk about yours, but you want to talk about mine, Maki. Come on, man.
Shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? We weren't even talking about that. We were talking about political stuff, and you know what I mean? How
In
these.
your bin Laden
You hear
suit.
me? But when you came to all the defense and dissing the weaponry that was being displayed and all of that, I was like, oh, bruv, so what are you doing? Let's
Yeah,
use your.
100%. I'm a diss that
Let,
weapon. The
yeah.
reason why, but
Uh,
Maki, there's a reason why I diss it.
no,
The
no,
reason why I
no,
diss it, right?
no, no, no,
What do you
no.
mean, no? What's this
Why?
like? What? Because you talk
No,
louder than me, it's gonna make me be quiet. What kind of shit is that,
why
man?
are you talking when I'm
Just ask
talking?
me nicely. Just say, oh, chill out, I'll talk, innit? Like, come on,
No,
bro. What's all this shit, man?
fuck up. Shut up.
Well, you can't make me. You never made me in real life, Unks. Come on, man. Stop.
I
Allow it.
made you.
Allow the
Right then,
talk
look.
like that.
What are you gonna
Come
do
on.
now? Huh? Sorry? Can't hear you. Dickhead. Yeah? I do what I fucking want. Don't piss me off, bro.
What?
Yeah?
Unks, I'm being respectful fully, bro. I'm not even
Yeah,
cussing
then
you,
be
nothing,
quiet when
bro.
I'm talking,
But
bro.
you're on
Shut
a
up.
hype today. I don't know why you're on a hype. What's wrong with you?
And the one thing
Back and
I
forward.
hate is being cut, bro. Like, please, I beg, man. Yeah, let man
So
finish
just
it.
say I want to have a monologue, innit? Just say that. Just say you don't want to have a dialogue. You say you want to have a monologue and do your thing, innit?
Bro, shut the fuck up. Don't. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm. When has this ever been a thing that you could tell me what I must be doing online and how I'm conduct?
Always. Always has been. It always has been. It always has been, bro. Because I have never been told what I can do, and you know this. The only thing you can do is kick me off, bro. That's the only thing you could do to me. Is kick me off the thing. That's all. Literally, bro.
Anyone else?
Bro, you know what I'm doing, bro? Is I'm just showing you that what you think about life is wrong.
Bro,
what you think about life is wrong, bro. You don't care about nobody but what? Just your people. That's it. Is that what you care about? That's dead, bro. That's dead food, you know. That's dead food, bro. I don't rate that. I don't rate that at all, bro.
I don't care what you rate. No one rates you.
Yeah, no one said you have to care. Nobody said you have to care, and I'll cut you as much as I want, bro.
In appreciation day, I don't give a fuck.
Now you have to stop the cut thing, though. The cut thing.
Yeah, bro, you need to respect my people too. If you want me to respect your people, respect my people, bro.
But that ain't nothing to do with the conversational flow. None of us could even understand.
That's why I've got this energy, because he made a statement and said, "I don't respect your thing. I don't give a fuck."
Man,
yeah, but that's his, if he says that, he says that. That's his opinion. That's honestly.
Don't expect my people to care about your thing, then.
Why does he expect? Do you think Kus sits there and cares about your opinion?
Yes, he does. He has many. He has on many occasions, right? This brother and people around him have on many occasions said, "Oh, you brown man don't know our plight. You don't give a fuck when you're like prejudiced against us."
That don't mean that you have to agree, or that if you don't agree or you vehemently disagree, that I've now got to come at you.
You're just talking shit.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not literally going at him, but I haven't gone at him or his creed. I've just said against him.
Cool.
I said I don't like what he said.
That's
I don't
cool,
like.
you're just
I don't
talking
agree.
all over him, and I haven't heard Makus utter a
I
word.
hear that, Vic, but when it comes to like the statements, Vic, hear my statements. I'm not saying I go against your people. I'm saying you, him, himself. I'm saying Maku, what you're saying is wrong. He's not hearing me, bro.
Shut your fucking mouth. No one wants to hear what
you want. Come on, like, what's this, bro?
What are you talking
Maku,
about?
Come on, just speak to me. Speak to me normally, bro.
Don't get on my fucking nerves, bro. Just sit in your corner and be quiet. Yeah.
Maku, I don't have a corner that I sit in, brother. I grow in the world, the same world that you live in, bro. I grow in the same world, bro.
I'm only gonna warn you one more time.
Okay, I don't know what you're taking today, bro.
Fuck you up, bro. So just relax your fucking.
How are you gonna do that, bro?
Chill out.
I'm just saying, I would love to know, because it's never gonna happen.
That ain't even a good question. That ain't even a good question.
Well, my name's just a deal, bro. Like, it's not hard to find, man. Like, come on, man.
It's irrelevant. Man's a sniper, as it says it on the tin.
You're wrong with me. The way you're dealing with me is wrong with me. I'm explaining to you. The way you're speaking to me, I don't know how it is. You're a pensioner. I've told you that many times. You're unks. Remember, don't threaten your nephews. Just remember that, bro. Stop it, innit, bro? You're threatening me 100 times.
Brother, I ain't even gone in yet, man. Relax, man.
Exactly. How are you gonna go in? What can you do apart from cut hair, man? Shut up, man.
You, look, you see, and you ran away. You see, that's the plight of a milkman. Fuck's sake, bro.
Nah, you was whimsical, but I can take that. If you was talking about Saint Lucia, I could have that.
Yo,
how are you?
Yo, what's good? Uber Houston.
Hey guys, how are you? Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations, bro.
It's nice.
Congratulations for what?
For having Maya back.
For what?
Yo, yes, Uber, is that you, Uber?
Yeah, man, my brother, my bigger brother.
My Japanese, this is my engineer, the Japanese guy, one who worked with the Japs, bro.
Big up.
He's a genius, bro. This is a genius guy. We're good, man. We're good. This is another show, Uber. This is an open kind of conversation show. Good people, man. Good people.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
I'm free. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. I'm happy. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The bastards are gonna pay, man.
It's okay. It's okay. Let us stick with the timeline, man. Let us
man,
learn
get the
from
money
Jasmine.
first, man.
Yeah.
Your Dogecoin, man. You called it, man. It's booming.
Yeah.
You called it 3 days ago.
Yeah, we know that, man. We have all the information.
Yeah, man. This is a genius, guys. This guy's a genius. Yeah, best research you'll ever fucking find, man. No cap.
Yeah, you know these 2 coins that I just passed it to you. They also started to go up, and they are connected to bold attack dot, and dot is one of the 12 coins that we know that they
On the
will
green
be
list.
in the Japan, yeah, in the XRI.
I have
So
the
they
list.
are,
I found the list.
yeah, I know it.
Yeah, man.
Man said he knows it. Don't even need the list. I know it off by heart. Fuck all that referencing bullshit. I got
Yeah,
it
man.
in
We get
memory.
rich, man. These guys are talking about Japan, man. Your old friend, man.
Yeah, sure. And as I told you guys all the time, I work with a high professional level before, so I know what is the process, what their timeline, how they stick
Oh,
with the
this isn't
plan.
no this. Yeah, Uber. They don't talk cryptocurrency, man. They don't know cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they are
Wow,
talking
just tarred
in
us all with the dumb brush.
Yeah, they talk about other things, man.
Okay. So I will listen to you guys and learn from you then.
Oh, big up, man.
So how did they get the boob jobs so creme de la creme in Japan? I thought we had Japan expert. Can you translate, H?
What?
Can you translate?
Yeah, he's from the Middle East, but he speaks English, man. He's from the Middle East. I'm just letting
Yeah,
him know that this isn't a cryptocurrency channel.
Yeah,
ask him how they get the boob jobs so good in Japan.
Okay, English is my second language, so sometimes I don't understand it. What do you mean by the boob jobs? Can you, Maya, translate it to me? Is
breast implants. Breast implants. You know what I'm talking about? Jiggly breast implants. Maybe not.
Yeah, man. Just asking me questions about Japan, man. He'll know your stuff, or he'll find a way to know, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I just averted war. Playing Rome Total War, FYI.
I'm trying to find a shot, man, but it's fucking...
Why? What ends are you in?
Tell him where you're from, Uber, man. Tell him where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from United States, Texas. Originally, I'm from Middle East.
Zoop, zoop.
So you're from Harris County, Texas?
Yeah, Houston, Texas. Yeah.
He's an engineer, but then he left the Japanese, man, because they said they're bastards. And then he become an Uber driver, man.
Yeah, I have a bachelor degree in civil. I'm a civil engineer, and I work with non-governmental organization, private, public sectors, and I work with the Japanese marketing for the companies in Middle East. So they are like good in their work, but they need time to learn how to be open to the the way that the Western people working, the fast rhythm that we have. They are so slow because the only thing that they're caring about is their country. So they just need to learn how to communicate with others. The problem about them, they try to transfer their laws and regulation and implement it in other countries. Sometimes it is impossible. So they need time to understand how to be open to other countries, but they are really good, like mathematically about what they are doing. Everything it's really strategic in their movement, so they calculate everything, and they are right about like 99% about what they are doing. So if you work with them, you would learn how to be more patient and how can you have like a really a big vision about what they are trying to do. So they are not working on a like monthly basis or yearly basis. Their plan, it can be really have a vision for like at least 20 years. And even they told me they just wanna be working for at least 25 years for each sport that they choose it in every place in the world.
I totally need an edible after that one.
Is Houston actually that nice? Like, you know, like we for instance, you know, the way people actually talk about Houston, they make it sound like as if, like, you know, it's a nice city and all that. But is it actually a nice city?
Yeah, the diversity there is really great. Officially, there is 145 spoken language in Houston. So it's like the diversity, you will never find any city in the world like have this diversity. So it's like you have all the global.
I'm sure it's London, but you lot keep telling me it's Atlantis and thing.
Yeah, because you know when you have like a high economy level, it's a port plus all the major headquarters for the biggest oil companies in the world are based there. So there is like money come to the city. Most of the professional people came from the rest of the world. The most richest like community there is the Indian community. Most of them like engineers, and they just build the city and the build. Yeah.
Of course, it's halal. You joke.
If you don't mind, brother, can I ask you a question?
Yes, man.
You claim that I think. Are you talking about Tokyo?
No, I'm talking about Houston, Texas.
Texas.
Oh, I thought you were speaking about Japan. Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that's what made me think when he said about some of the big industrial companies. It's like Texas does have, and it would stand to reason that you would get people from Myanmar, Mauritius. Do you know what I mean? They're not just there for the economy or the benefits. They're there for a job or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So many reasons for people to be there. It does make some kind of sense.
I always thought that London was the most diverse city in the world.
I would have said, I think that comes out.
That's why I was trying to bring that up, though.
Yeah, I think that's over the last 100 years. I'm not sure if it's necessarily true right now. It's like they would say, oh, Japan is the furthest forward technologically. Now it's Israel. Right now it's Israel. You know what I'm saying? They would say, like, you know, oh, America's the super, that's a 90s vision. That's a noughties vision.
Yeah.
The superpower in the 20s or the 30s isn't necessarily the United States.
You want to watch what you're
Uber,
saying, you know.
Uber, explain to them.
Get you, bro. Did you just say Israel is the most technologically advanced country, bro? They want to get you, bro.
Israel, boy. Israel,
Uber, explain to them how Japan do business when they go into a different country, what they do, instead of tell them what their methods with the information.
Yeah, so the problem, like, for example, we have like...
Have you lived in Japan, bro? Or are you Japanese?
Yeah, of course.
No, I lived in United States and Middle East, but I was in Dubai, so there they have a headquarter, like I have a big organization in Dubai, and you know Dubai is like... Yeah, so I didn't visit Japan.
The reason why I keep asking you that, bro, is this.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one question, and one question only. What do you know about Japan, and what have the people told you about how many lineages did it take for the radioactive harm to their children that they were bearing to stop?
He only wants you to answer this question so he can...
Was it a Fukushima disaster?
The only country in the world, Vic, that has ever been nuked was Japan, innit? That's what I want to know. Like, I just want to know how a country that was nuked by the US now is the bum liquor of the US, and we're talking about how Japan is a model society. Get out of it, man. Japan is the country that went and raped and pillaged China. Yeah?
Yeah.
You all know this, bro. Get out of it, man.
Yeah. I cannot disagree with you. I can agree with you.
All of that kind of stuff. They got nuked.
Yeah, man. I can
say
agree
they support
with you.
Rizla. Japan support Rizla. The evil heathens. We need to take them off. They support Rizla. Nah.
But you cannot like you cannot like judge like the new generation because their grandfather did bad things. Like the world has been.
I'm not condemning nobody, bro. I'm just asking questions, bro. What I'm asking is this, why is it that Japan's policy has been this ever since they've been nuked? Yeah, was it because of pressure applied upon them by the US, or was it their own policy? Because
it was embargo. Embargo is a ban for 25 years.
The US and the other Western nations to look after them in the South China Sea.
Yeah, will be my opinion. If you like study community from the sociology side, you can find like isolated country like Japan will be like have the tribal
Vic,
mentality.
you're muted, bro. Vic, you're
I'm
muted.
sorry. Can you
I'm
hear
sorry,
me now,
Uber.
guys?
Vic looks
Yeah, I
like he's
can hear
talking
you.
in his camera.
We
Vic,
can
you're
hear you.
muted, you know.
Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Can hear
Bro,
you.
we can hear you. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and to get a better understanding about any community in the world, you must like study. How can I say? They're like the sociology's aspect. Okay, about them. So they are isolated countries. So they still have the tribal mentality, even with their modern, okay, life, even with their high technology life, they still have this tribal pyramid in their mind, in their mentality. So the Japanese people,
such
as like Middle East, like culturally, they still have this tribal pyramid. They still have this family values. It's became sometimes like obsession things. You cannot understand it when we live in the modern world. We are so independent. We think freely. We think about ourselves.
Brother,
But
I
if you
belong
go,
to a tribe also. So when you're
yeah,
talking about tribes, I agree with you. But what you're
yeah.
saying is this now. So you're telling me their tribe, their tribal teachings taught them to go to China and Korea and wage war and occupy and rape women and
Yeah,
children.
the funny thing,
Is that what their tribe taught them, yeah?
no, the
Astaghfirullah,
funny
bro.
thing, I will explain that to you because we found that like a month ago. Those people who live in Japan, that they call them the Japanese, they are not Japanese. The original Japanese, they have even different skin color.
Yes,
They
I
are
know.
originally from China. Those people who
Yes.
invade China is the same Japanese who left and run away from China and invade this small place in the sea, and they return back to their own people and they rape them and they use the most like evil thing about those people who had been taken prisoners. So I know that.
Chinese then.
Yeah, so they are Chinese originally. They are Chinese originally, and they came back to torture their own people. So
I
the
would agree.
original
I wouldn't
Japanese.
put a nation. I would not put a nation on it, bro. I would say that if we look at race-wise, we would
Yes.
consider them Oriental, would we not?
Yeah.
The same way
maybe.
me and Maku would say, oh, a black man, an Asian man, a white man. So them man will be Oriental. They're not. You see, when you say Asian man, yeah, in America, if you said an Asian man, it would mean an Oriental man. But in the UK, when you say Asian man, it means Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another problem because this is like a really deep, interesting conversation. And I worked as a conflict mitigation consultant. So when you became a conflict mitigation consultant, you became like independent person. You have your own mechanism how to deal with things, how you analyzing things. The problem with all communities that's suffering from the abusing in the world, they still live with the victim mentality. The worst thing more than abusing a person, that the person himself living with the victim mentality. And you can see that an example, it's only my opinion, hopefully it will never like be offended to anyone. Like if you take the women in the world, the women until now, they still have the victim mentality. Whatever you gave them, they said we are a victim. We need more and more and more. And this is explained why the feminist movement in the world became so fast. But the problem when you create a movement like with a specific target and goals and specific right, like it happened in Western mentality, the problem that the reaction itself in Middle East, for example, they came, all the women there, from a tribal mentality. So their feminist movement became so different and so brutal because the ideology itself is different. So what will happen? The man will be rebellion against like the feminist movement like in the near future, not because it is good or not.
I mean, the
because
feminist movement is quite destructive. Like,
yeah, because this is how it is. It's only about being planning and explaining yourself, and you are carrying the victim mentality. So the Japanese people play the games and they transfer this victim mentality to their benefit.
I mean,
Okay,
when you
this
look at the West and all that, and you look at the feminist movement, and all that, you could tell it's very destructive. Like, you could see the
yeah.
destruction.
Yeah, but the problem that this became like pandemic. The infection became in like small countries in a country like Middle East. I'm a good observer. The feminist movement is so quiet, but it is so real and it is so powerful.
I mean,
And
to be honest, they don't need like, you know, in Muslim countries they don't need feminism, because even in the religious teaching they teach you about, you know,
yeah, but this is only the clothes that they put, but from inside they are not religious people. And if you because I lived there for a long time, and my job to observe the tiny details, and I know how things had. I remember when I was like a little boy, like when we eat on land, they separate women, okay, from men.
Yeah.
Now it's a different story. Now women are controlling the men in Middle East.
That's true. You know, even if it's social gathering and all that, men and women are separate.
Yeah, and now it's different story. They became so independent. The growth of the divorce in Middle East became so high. The cheating, okay, in the marriage relation became so high. What they called it, adultery things. So they became so high.
Let me say it. It's became so high.
How high is it? Like, you know, I do
it's
suspect,
like
destroyed
the community structure, destroyed it totally.
Were there mostly men that were doing it?
No, nothing. They just like became consumer because of this globalization economy things. They became a slave to work so hard to bring to the girls that they love an iPhone Pro, because this became a part of the relation between them. You must like
do you know, what I find quite interesting is that you have now, you know, I thought people who, you know, if in a religious context got married in, you know, in order to save themselves from the eternal torment or something on the lines of it. But now you got people that are now inviting men and women like to join their physical marital relationships.
Yeah.
And I found it to be quite strange though, like, you know, I found it to be quite bizarre, like, and it's been welcomed, you know, in wider society to some extent. And I was paused, like, you know, and you have guys that would say, well, you know, I picked the guys that, you know, who, you know, I only choose the guys who are going to have a relationship with my wife and all that. And I thought to myself, it's a bit mad though. It sounds a bit suspect, because now what you're telling me now is that, you know, you're not straight, right? You know, you present yourself as a straight guy and all that, but it then tells me, it questions, you know, it questions the, you know, the sexuality of the man, you know, as well as the woman to some extent. Like, I always found it bizarre though, like.
Yeah, the problem that we have a radical.
Yeah, but I see the idea of, you know, open marriage and stuff like that to be the corruptions of society to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem that we have a radical right before, and the problem now we have a radical left. Okay, so both sides became so radical, and we don't have a common things between both sides. So we are lucky that we are so independent. We just like have a different perspective how to see life. So we have like radical people on both sides. The left people now became so dependent about their value, and the radical the radical right and the radical left, they became so aggressive, okay, to prove their idea. And I think this is not because of people themselves, because like there is a major factor, like the economy factor, the conflict around the world, the
brother, can you hear me? Brother, can you hear me, Uber?
Yes, man.
Is it just me, or do you sound like a robot?
Oh, how can I'm a robot? No, this is
no,
like because this is
a robot.
Yeah, this is
Right,
because of my
No, it
accent.
sounds alright. It sounds alright.
To prove that you're a robot, how many guitars are in this picture?
How many guitars?
Mm-hmm.
You are you are holding 10 fingers.
You get one clue. You get one clue.
Now, how many guitars? I mean, I see 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like there is
six.
No. I see like 9 screen, but the guitars. You mean the instrument?
My man sounds like Sooty from Sooty and Co. Remember Sooty and Co? You sound like
haven't
Sooty,
passed
bro.
the catch for. You haven't passed the catch for, bro.
I mean, if the artificial intelligence created someone like me to like as a robot and talk like me with this accent, that we are in advanced era of technology.
No, that will be a backward step. I'm joking. I'm
just kidding, man.
Hey, it might be Tera Choda Moon.
And to be honest, Uber, to be honest, Uber, those type of situations, what I've noticed is that, you know, in some instances, it came from like, I was surprised, it came from, you know, Muslim couples, like, and I was quite shocked, literally, like, you know, in terms of that, like, you know, that was an eye opener. But yeah, I think that type of lifestyle does corrupt society to some extent. Like, I think it goes to show you, perhaps, you know, when a married couple, when, you know, there's only 2 people in the marriage and all that, but now you're having people engage in that, you know, open relationship stuff like that. It's quite destructive for society.
Yo, my brother Uber.
Yes,
Hear this,
yes, brother.
Hear this. Ni hao, kem cho.
Ni hao. I think this is Japanese.
No, he's from Middle East, man. He's not Japanese.
I heard. You know, I heard
Japanese.
Konnichiwa is an insult, right? Is it insult in Japanese, right?
I'm sorry.
Is Kamishiwa is it Japanese an insult?
I don't know. I was like working with the professional level people, so I don't know like most of their.
I'm just saying, like, you know, a Japanese person gets offended if someone says, you know, Kamishiwa.
Maybe. I was speaking with them English, and
yeah,
so
for
I
real.
don't.
Exactly, you racists. Ni hao is Chinese anyway. What the fuck?
Okay,
And,
man, I'm sorry, bro.
Konnichiwa is Japanese greeting.
Bro, I'm sorry.
And the man is from the Middle East, and he was born in Texas. Keep up.
No, I thought he was Japanese.
No, man.
So what? You think Japanese people sound like Germans? That's what you think?
No, I didn't say that. Look, what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, you know, I thought Ni hao was, what do you call it? I thought it was Han Chinese.
You don't watch your
Mandarin.
Griffin. You don't watch your Eddie Griffin. You need to watch your Eddie Griffin.
Get your countries right, man. Or it's gonna sound racist.
That wasn't my intention.
I've never seen in my life.
It was just, it's just an error.
To be an Arab to come here and claim to know anything about the Japanese. What do you man never even reached the Japanese? What do you know about the Japanese?
We wasn't even talking about the Japanese. We casually mentioned Fukushima in passing whilst conversating on HARP.
Yeah, the Fukushima nuclear disaster, innit? Like 10 years ago.
Look, man know about Alaskan HARP, yeah? We weren't even talking that. When I was talking that, I was referencing the 160
Oh, मेरी बच्ची
facilities
ਨੂੰ
that there
ਹੁਣ
are
ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ
globally.
ਕਿ ਗੇਮ ਚੋ ਗੁਜਰਾਤੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪੁੱਤਰ
'cause I
ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ
understand
ਗੱਲ
that.
ਕਰਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਬੋਲਾਂਗਾ ਨਾ
Yeah, I think I'm out, man. Late,
Well,
man.
you out, Snipes.
Yeah, man.
TK,
Tomorrow, man.
TK,
Big up everyone, man.
One love.
Peace up, dude. Peace
General
up.
of that.
Big up everyone. I'm out, man.
Yeah, just know that you're on a London panel and the London panel is multi-diverse, cultural,
Yeah.
all them things. You get me?
Yeah.
So don't let me disturb your conversation anyway.
Man, just more mission, yeah, to find a food shop, yeah. And the fucking thing took me to a closed food shop, man. What the fuck? Nah.
Can we all establish there's a fucking disco going on in Vic Rose's house right now? In that room, I see fucking mood lighting. There's
Can
a
you
fucking
see the
disco going on.
Ronaldinho t-shirt? The Ronaldinho one, third one in, second one
I
down
can
from the
see a
Maradona
person in the
shirt.
background with a medallion, with a medallion necklace in it, in a suit.
Dun, dun.
Yo, Vic Rose, do you know that I attended Sir George Monarch's college, bro? Did you know that? In your ends.
Okay, my cousin died right outside the day he was murdered. Yeah, I don't really.
Big up, Vic, man. Come on, bro. Right now, I'll be honest, I can't even hear you, Vic. All I can hear is this guy on Uber Houston, and he sounded like a robot. I can't hear no other panelists. I just can hear him going.
Wait, is he still talking? No, he's not still talking. No way. I love the way that Ronaldinho shirt goes from
I'm
brown
gonna try
to
to
orange.
leave and come back. Let's see if it changes.
It's crazy. Check that out, people. That is the third shirt in. Yeah, goes here. Look, it's gonna be brown any second now. There it goes. Boom, down into deep brown. Bam, into this bright orange, and it does that visually in front of your eyes. It's mad. It looks mad. It looks fucking mad. I fucking love it. Love it.
Yo, wait until he tells you, you know, like if he tells you about how they figure out what countries are doing and what they're up to and stuff. Man, Japanese are like next level with the technology, bro. This guy knows how to work on it and how sneaky they are.
Do you know what?
That's a very specific field. What about something else?
And then, like spending time in Japan, like.
Someone said odds.
It's probably it's probably one of my holiday destinations, isn't it?
I'm dead. Oh fucking hell, I'm dead. That's ridiculous. You guys got me fucked up out here, man.
That's probably one of my top 5 what do you call it, Asian countries to visit.
What's
Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, South Korea.
It's straight. It's all Bangkok.
And
Bangkok. Not to Bangkok.
Yeah, and that's it really. Yeah, that's top.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. I'm going Turkey, man. Uber, we're linking up in Turkey when we hit it big, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, man. I like the sound of what you're describing, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing.
There for a hair transplant.
Turkey is nice, isn't it? Like a £35 flight from Amsterdam.
Well, he's saying that the properties over there are dirt cheap, man, and they're really beautiful, man. I checked it out on the internet as well, man. Man, like 10 G's for a flipping house, man.
Can't lie,
£200 a month for a bad boy yard on a beach and everything.
You know you get for that in England. 1 brick.
To be honest, I doubt it though. Like, I heard Airbnb costs about you can get £700 a month apartment from Airbnb. A decent one.
God damn, you can live for
cheaper.
Yeah. You can live for cheaper, man.
Yo,
Yo,
brother Vic. What was going on when I was just hearing robot voices? What was the guy talking about?
Maybe it's breaking down some Japanese shit.
Isn't he an Arab and he's never been to Japan?
He is an Arab that has extensive work experience working
That
with
has never
Japanese
been to
people.
Japan.
Yes, but
You,
let's
Come
be
on,
honest.
broski.
He wasn't his own promoter. H was his promoter, right? So
Okay, so we
you
can't
know,
really
you have
put
to
it on
take the
H. But H
promoter
has
with
got
a
to have
pinch
a
of
certain
salt in it
institute,
with
innit?
regards
What are you
to the
trying to do?
fucking performance.
No, but I'm saying
You know?
H has got to have a certain institute, so we can't put it on H, innit? Come on, we got to put it on that guy, innit, that came and claimed to speak for Japanese. The man never been to Japan.
I don't even know what we're speaking about. What are we speaking about? There's nothing to speak about. What's Japan? What's going on in Japan? Fuck Japan. No offense, but I feel the same way as Sniper about shit.
Bro,
If it's
in
not
my
British,
opinion,
then I
ain't
give a
shit
fuck.
going on in Japan apart from following whatever America tells them to do.
Seems like it. Because if
Isn't
you
that
don't,
true,
you get
though,
nuked, right?
Sorry?
Because if you don't, you get nuked, right?
Or like they did before, the only country
That's
to
what I
ever
mean.
have
That's
got a
their
nuke.
experience. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. No, sir. Free bags full, sir. Because if
Yeah,
they don't, they're just
100%,
going to
bro.
get
Baba
nuked.
Black Sheep and that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that
Why,
fucking story
why
right
would
they're
you step
telling the
out of
children
line?
right now.
I would not step out of line. If someone had nuked me before, I don't think I
But
would
why did
step
they
out
nuke
of
you though?
line.
You supported a genocide, yeah? They supported a genocide, bro. In like, come on. Like there
Yeah,
was
but
Hitler's
I
fucking
don't
puppets, bro.
think there's an innocent country in the world with regards to that.
Well, genocides.
All of that shit, just
I think there are many.
invasion,
I
conquest.
think there are
Very,
many
very.
countries in the world.
If you say Pakistan, the conversation is.
I'm not
you know
speaking
that.
about Pakistan per se.
All right, cool.
But I would add that into an eventual conversation, you know, if we had one. And
Yeah, Saint
that would be
Lucia,
one of
come
the...
on, we ain't never been involved in shit.
No, I'm just saying, if me and you, Vic, was to have a conversation about countries or nations that exist today that have never invaded another country, yes, or
It'd be a
intruded
short one.
upon another country's supposed claims on a land, right?
Yeah, it'd be a short conversation.
There are many, bro.
I think it would be a very short conversation.
No, there's many. Vic, I'm telling you, there's many, bro. You know what it is?
But then,
the
what are we talking
information
about?
we've been
Countries
fed,
that you
bro.
can throw a boomerang around in one shot, or actual countries like
not
bit
actual
of land,
countries.
couple
Actual
resources.
first of all, right, I'm gonna give you one off my top of the thing. Yeah?
Biggest one that you can.
Are you
think
ready? No, a really small one, a small island. Sri
of. I already
Lanka.
just told you one.
Sri Lanka.
What, Sri Lanka ain't been it? I'm not having it.
Sorry?
You're telling me Sri Lanka have never been involved in no war?
I said
Sri Lanka, you know, I think like 10 years ago or something, they had a
Sri Lanka are the hard backers of the Indian Ocean, bro.
Vic, my bro, 1 second, bro. This is what I'm claiming, yeah? I'm gonna name countries that I think have never intruded upon another country's dominion.
Well, how did the rest of the world get straight hair and blue eyes then if Sri Lanka didn't spread that?
Are you saying that Sri Lankans are straight hair, blue eyed?
No.
I think
bro,
the
do you know that
introduction
Sri
of
Lankans
those
are the
genes
darkest
into the
people on
culture,
Indian
right?
subcontinent, bro?
Yeah.
Did you know that, my brother?
Say
Did
again?
you know that the Sri Lankans are the closest to the Africans?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
what are
about
you
closest,
saying, bro?
but yeah, they introduced
So how did
straight
you
hair and
talk
blue
about
eyes into
blue
the
hair,
culture, right?
like what, blue eyes and blonde hair? Like what you straight hair or whatever were you saying, bro? Come on, man.
Well, you never seen a Sri Lankan with blue eyes and blonde hair. Sorry,
No.
blue eyes and straight hair.
No.
I mean, yeah,
I went absolutely mad.
Yo, Eunice, 1 second, bro.
I'm not sure if it comes from Sri Lanka because that's a modern day thing, but does it descend from the Sri Lankan people? Where's Khan when you need him?
By the white
Khan, who's
dominions over his nation.
J1C3POH96?
What kind of code is that, bro? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm just wondering who introduced the blue eye.
Not me.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it might have been the Sri Lankans.
Was it me, bro?
Have a look.
You know, if you go by the actual chronologically speaking of the world, the way they say continents developed it here, the kind of forecasts that they show us, right?
HERC2. HERC2.
It was a supercontinent and it broke away. And then when it broke away and hit
but Pangaea is way too many million years before humanity.
The Asian steppe here, or whatever you call it, it created the Himalayas. So this is what I'm trying to say. So the people in Sri Lanka, like the land bridge, you know the footbridge from Sri Lanka to the actual Indian subcontinent was destroyed thousands of years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, them men are untouched with. You can't say them men are white, like blue-eyed and blonde hair. Come on, bro.
But notice the one word that I didn't say is the first word that you took on.
Yeah, I know. I retracted that.
And if you do the research,
I did
the
retract
top
that though,
5
bro.
hits
I did
claim that it
retract
was
that,
the
bro.
Indo-Europeans, yeah? We're
I
kind of
retract
getting
it, bro.
onto something here. We might be
No, I
talking
retract
about
it,
the
bro.
Sri Lankans.
I respect your knowledge. I retract that.
Nah, it's not knowledge. I actually just had to Google it myself. But
No, the white thing, I retract. Everything else, I haven't.
yeah, because they're not white. The Sri Lankans are brown
100.
as shit.
The darkest
They're
people
like you
on
said,
the
they're
continent.
close to Africans. So for them to have introduced blue eyes into a culture of people who don't have blue eyes but maybe have paler skin, it was something that I thought
the
was
reason why I would stop you there, Vic, and I would propose a different eventuality will be this. Because if you look at the roots out of Africa that they are supposedly saying that was what happened, right? People went in different directions, right? So when you're talking about that blue eye thing, right? If we go into Australia and the Aborigines, right? And if you go to like the indigenous people of the Asias and all this kind of stuff, we don't really see the blue eyes prevalent in that kind of magnitude. You see me? But if we go to Europe,
in the Sri Lankans,
the Caucasus, right, where the Turks and the Greeks and all the Romans and all them kind of people was dwelling, we see it happening there.
Yeah, but you just yada like
no,
potentially 2.5 million years, bro.
No,
do you know what I'm saying? Though, like you're talking about out of Africa theory,
we never saw
which is a
blue
modern
eyes
day.
coming upon. Like, did you see blue eyes in Australia? Show me where you see Aborigines with blue eyes in Australia.
Come on, we know that I would easily be able to Google a blue-eyed Aborigine.
No, but you can show me one, right?
Yeah, and maybe
but I'm
more.
not saying that there cannot be one.
That,
I'm not saying
for
that
the potential of it to be a gene in there has to be one, just like one in it.
Right, but for the potential of that gene to overlap, yeah, and enhance itself and discontinue the predominant gene, because I don't know if you agree, but what I've been told by scientists is that the curly hair gene, right, black hair, black eyes, and these kind of things are predominant in humans in this day and age. These are the most powerful aspects, yeah, that should protrude. If not, it's like there's a lot of, like you said, blue eyes. It's been going on.
All babies are born with blue eyes. Doesn't matter what skin color they are.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's like what you're saying is it don't happen unless it stays true to itself, as in the blue-eyed person carries on, you know, mating or having kids.
No. My only statement is what Google just sort of confirmed for me is that the Indo-European brought blue eyes to.
I don't disagree with that.
All these Caucasus people that you're on about.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Romans though? The Roman army when they Alexander the Great's army.
It would have been way before the Romans. Way before the Romans.
Because I know that in Afghanistan it was Alexander the Great's army. That's why they have beautiful color eyes, because
yeah, they changed the makeup of people in Egypt, right?
Yeah,
and a lot of places as well. But then
you didn't have contraception back in them days either.
Of course, and they were all gay.
I mean, if you look in Yemen,
same thing for Genghis Khan, right? We all say we've all got Genghis DNA. 6 degrees of separation,
I doubt
all of that kind of stuff.
Like that, bro.
Yeah, it's because of huge armies that swath across the planet.
Yeah, but I don't think I've got them Genghis like DNA like that, bro. Genghis never came to India.
Yeah, but somehow you still managed to get that Genghis.
No, but that's the rest of the world, isn't it? What I'm saying, Vic. Yeah, it's not like in India, the Indian subcontinent we're speaking about. The Mongols never invaded it, bro.
Sorry. Someone on my chat has pointed out the inconsistency when H said Alexander the Great's Roman army.
Who are you talking about? Alexander Gay and his Greek army?
No, he was talking about the.
No, I corrected him, innit?
Oh, okay, yeah. He's talking about
Alexander
the Macedonian army.
He was known to be gay, and the Greek army.
Yeah, the Macedonian army.
I heard. Allegedly, I heard the Greek women, had a high body count, like.
Eunice, there's people saying that you got a high body count out here, bro. And I'll be defending you.
Poly count or body count?
High body count, man.
Yeah, sounds about right. Come on.
High mileage, innit?
About right. Yeah, of course, though. Come on, it was the times, innit? Come on. Let's grab a thing and walk it out. Job done. Move on, innit? There ain't no mobile phone. Yada, yada, yada. Where are you? I tried to text you yesterday. There ain't even no click. It's just, I'm out here.
But that's what I noticed though, like those ancient civilizations, like the women, apparently I heard that they were like they had proper mileage, like.
Yeah, it depends on who you are. Of course, it would have, but I mean, it's generally known that Roman culture and to some degree Greek culture was a little bit more open, a little bit more sexually liberated, if we want to use a polite word for just being a fucking general slag hoe. You know what I mean? Like, it's just normal, innit? It was pretty normal because it's
What
the
are we?
way that we
What
do
time
things.
are we talking about?
Like 250 BC sort of era.
Oh, BC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. But Vic, hear what I'm saying, Vic. Yeah. You see earlier, right? Like, I don't know. Like me and you, we was having a good conversation. Unks, I respect him highly, bro. And I'm sorry, Unks, for saying anything wrong in it. I'll say it online there, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you're my elder. I should respect you in it. It's just like, look, I got caught up in my feelings. Man, talk about my country, and I was just, defending it. That's all. And I'm sorry in it. But what it was, Vic, yeah, what really touched a nerve with me, my brother, is that, look, obviously we're brought up in this in the UK environment. I'm brought up here. Everyone's like, we're all people of color, right? We're all discriminated against, right? So like when I was like told that sentence about, yo, your thing don't really matter to me, like that. So that's why I reset, like, but I'm sorry for that. I shouldn't have done that, and I should have like just seconded and replied in a good,
true though, odds, bro. It's super true. I give a fuck, right?
Why does Maku not say that though?
No,
because he
H,
doesn't need to. At the end of the day, it's a
Uncle
given,
does
right?
give
It's a
fuck.
given.
I'm
On a
telling you,
serious
I know
note,
Uncle. He gives a fuck, but what it is sometimes, yeah.
Right, that's what I'm trying to
I'm
tell you.
younger than him,
I
and
just
he
say
don't
this
like the
joke,
fact
man.
that
Come
young
on.
boys be taking the piss out of that. So
no, it's a straight
Yeah, man.
fact, though. Look, I give a shit about Ukrainians, for instance. Yeah, Ukrainian people who are losing their lives or losing their house, or just your normal under the poverty line civilian like me out there who happens to be Ukrainian on the other side of the world. I give a fuck. I care. But you see about Ukraine. Fuck Ukraine. Give no fucks. You see about Ukrainian politics, Ukrainian ideology,
yeah.
Ukrainian anything, it can all suck Zelensky's dick.
yeah,
Seriously,
I
it
could
means
agree with
nothing
that,
to
man. I could
me.
agree with that.
Absolutely. And seriously, I could apply the same logic to India and Pakistan.
Yeah,
Mortal,
100. The
eternal
governments are
enemies
shit, bro.
who
The
will never
government's
stop
shit.
killing each other, and I couldn't give a fuck. But for the people that it's hurting and affecting, yeah, of course I give a shit. My brethren will phone me up and say, yeah, it was a fucking bomb, or it was a strike, or they shot down a plane and it landed on my uncle's yard. I've heard it. I've heard it all.
Vic,
Do you understand?
but Vic,
at
can
the
I
same
ask you a
time, I
question,
can't
bro?
give a shit.
Do you know that how old those nations are?
Which nations?
India and Pakistan.
India be a little bit older, and Pakistan, what,
They're
71?
basically there are people in this world that have grandparents that are older than those nations.
Yeah, 71, innit?
Do you get me, bro? So that's not 71.
100%.
It's 47.
Okay. 1971, I heard, was Pakistani independence.
1971 was when I think Bangladesh separated.
So
from
that's like
Pakistan.
Like a
75 years
war
ago.
or something, maybe
Nearly
the end of a
75,
war. Like
75
Yeah, it was
years
when
ago.
Bangladesh separated from Pakistan, bro.
Okay, so it must indicate the end
Yeah.
of the war.
So what I'm saying, the actual independence from British, was in 1947. So Pakistan and India themselves are less than 75 years old or something. You get me? Or about 75 years old this year.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So
And that's it.
like, we
That's it. How
can't
can we
really
care?
hold them nations, to a high, standing and put them on this thing and say, yo, you're not behaving in this regard, and the man really ain't had time to develop yet, bro.
I'll be honest, they fucking totally have. No one's made significant progress in the last 75 years for the first 30,
Why do you think
40
that
of
is?
that. Because of World War, isn't it? World War generally held majority of developed
World
countries
War.
back.
What do you mean
Yeah,
by
World
Do you mean the actual world wars that we know about, the two, or are you talking about,
London was
as in
dusted
the
by some of
propaganda
Hitler's
and stuff?
people. Yeah. The hood that I grew up in didn't exist during World War. It was bombed down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they had to rebuild it, and the majority of the
So
architecture
what was the
in
war
the hood
before
is
this?
post
And
1970.
what nation do you belong to? Like, what nation do you consider yourself to belong to? Vic?
I'm born in England.
Right.
You understand? And my multiculturalism here on this island makes me a little bit British.
Yes.
Because I like British things.
And do you consider yourself anything apart from that, Vic?
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Say again, brother.
I was saying, do you consider yourself anything other than British or English, Vic?
Genetically, I'm Irish, St. Lucian, Italian.
Irish, St. Lucian, and Italian, right?
Yeah.
Could I
Primarily
say
Saint-
to you, Vic,
Saint Lucian.
and would you agree
that the three nations that you described there have all been persecuted by the same powers that I'm talking about.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows?
When you
I'm
say
not really.
maybe not, we just have to look at the Irish famine, the
Three
potato
very
famine.
big different histories, though,
You
innit?
super
We're
more.
talking about
Sorry?
talking about Roman
Vic,
Empire.
where
We're
in
talking
Italy you
about
from?
French
Like, are you from
colonialism, and we're talking
Sicily?
about Irish history. Do you know what I mean? It's not all
Yeah,
the same.
I'll drop it to you like it's hot, yeah? So the Irish island, yeah? The island of, the Irish island, yeah? Which is an island in itself, right? Was always different to the English mainland or the Scottish, whatever the English started to conquer and made it into their own, right? And then they went there, they ventured forth, right? They subjugated the people, whereas the Irish have always been predominantly Catholic, right? And the English have always been predominantly Protestant, right? They went there, they persecuted the people for over, I think, 800 to 900 years. They have been doing this to the Irish people, right? They have been sending them out there to the New World and all their colonies, making them do the actual dirty work. Whereas their people in their own land of Ireland, right, were even starved of food when there was time of famine.
Yeah.
Vic, are you from like Sicily?
And now I'll move on to the St. Lucian part of your heritage, yeah? So now, could we agree, my brother Vic, that the St. Lucian part of your heritage was also transported and taken away from its homeland, its people, its culture, its language, its identity? Could we agree upon that?
Not the St. Lucian part, but the African part, yeah.
Right. So now, and if we go to the third part where you're speaking about, which was Sicilian.
Italy, yeah.
Did you say Italian or Sicilian?
Italy, northern Italy.
Northern Italy. Right. So that part, I don't have too much information on. I wouldn't want to speak upon.
I mean, that's like the richest part of Italy, innit?
Yeah, and I don't really know much about it, Vic, and I don't want to, say something wrong. So.
Well, not only that, obviously, we know that there's some of the forefathers of the slave game, bro. Do you know what I mean? We know enough. We know enough to know that Italy weren't in prehistory. There weren't no fish that you just roll on. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, do you know when you look at Italy, you're like, it looks like a third world country, economically speaking, like.
But they've kept it nice, though. That's why.
Yeah.
They've kept the place nice, and there's still a lot of green and shit like that. Things that you'd like to see.
That's one thing that baffles me. Like when you look at Naples, like with their estates and all that, it looks really, really bad.
Okay. I've seen a lot of southern Italy where it's massively underdeveloped in some places, for real. I mean, think about it. Leaning Tower Pizza's been.
But I'll be honest with you, Vic, here.
Like
When we look at
the
Mediterranean, such as Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, all these kind of countries, and the African ones also that lie upon the Mediterranean, I cannot really determine and say, you are one culture or whatever, because those people have been mixing for thousands of years. Do we agree? Through trade, through war, through conquest, whatever it may be.
One of the original multicultural
that's
societies.
That's why I can't really comment and say, yeah, that's that or that's that. You get me?
Yeah, because it's Rome. It started a lot of this gangster shit.
I would like to argue and put forth a point that it's before Rome, prior to Rome.
What, the slave culture and stuff? Yeah, of course it is, but
brother, slavery's been happening from the day
who took it
conception
international,
of
though,
humankind.
do you know what I mean?
When one man was bigger than the other, he went and made him do what he wanted to do. That's just
there was war before the Romans did it, but it
the
weren't
nature
the same.
of human.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. Before the Romans revolutionized war back in the day, they might as well have been holding the only nuke. Do you know what I mean?
You know, Vic, yeah, I respect you, bro, and I'm not trying to diss you, yeah. But when you make that statement there, it shows me something in you that the only thing that you take is the English teaching that you've been taught in this country, same as I have too.
No, I'm actually playing a game called Rome. All we're taught about
is the Romans. Like Romans were the birthplace of civilization. Bro, there were so many civilizations, bro, before the Romans, right?
I didn't make these claims, though,
that engaged upon implying themselves upon another nation.
Yeah, I didn't make these claims, though, bro. And I'm currently playing a game called Rome. You know what I mean? I'm actually playing a game set in the period right now as we speak. It's on my screen. I'm gonna take it off actually. But yeah, no. Prior to that, I didn't even make these claims like birthplace of civilization. It's a bit mad.
But you know, like, do you know, to some extent, like, you know, slavery is, what I do agree is slavery is like an immoral thing, yeah. But like, in a way that you had people, the reason why they actually engage in it is because they either be slaved. You know, it's either be saved or be or enslaved or be enslaved, isn't it? Like,
and people been doing it for years, right?
It was a dog eat dog world back then, like
slavery.
Extent,
yeah,
like,
right. Go back far enough,
it.
exactly. And there's not a lot of metropolitan police around to defend your ass if you're going to get taken into slavery. That's
metropolitan police,
and betas. You know what I mean? You ain't got no room for no beta males in a world like that. Do you know what I mean? In a world of conquest and long
When
knives.
have the metropolitan police ever defended individuals like you and myself?
Yeah, bro, man's just talking about ancient Rome, though, and it's a joke, innit? But
even then, though, you would have to look at it. Even then, ancient Rome police would only defend the elite. They would not defend a common man like you or I. Come on, bro.
If I was being chased, I could run to a police officer, and it would mean nothing, the color of my skin or the sex of my gender or whatever. But point is, slavery is what they've used to build these massive elements of society, right? Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of these cities.
Man, we live in a form of slavery now, but it's just taxation. They got rid of the whips and chains and they just do it with tax.
I mean, there is incentives to work in it.
Yo, hey, do you know about the city called Taxila?
I've heard of Taxila.
Right.
I didn't know it was a real place, though.
Watch me baffle Vic now. Vic, watch this, my brother, yeah? Vic, I will show you a civilization. Are you going to
baffle me in terms of thinking that Rome is the earliest civilization? Because I just want to...
I'm on my phone and I can barely hear you.
I just want you to know that I don't think that shit, though. So when you're trying to baffle me, you're probably going mad.
I'm not claiming that you think anything. I'm just asking you your opinion now, and you can clarify what you think. Vic, did you know, my brother, yeah, that there were civilizations, right? That, like, from when they teach us all about Egyptian pyramids and that, yeah? First of all, pyramids are found all around the globe, right? That predate the Egyptian pyramids, right? Now, second of all, did you know that there was a civilization in Taxila, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, yeah, which is present-day Pakistan, yeah, that predates Egyptian history, my brother. And there was no slavery. There was no such mention of it in the Bible.
Do we move the conversation on if I knew that?
1 second, my brother. There was no such mention of any kind of slavery in that time, in that region.
That's mentioned.
Does that not show you that there is people, or there are people that do not enslave each other?
That's mentioned, and we're talking about a single monument. And then on top of that, like someone just said on my Twitch, slaves were the ancient JCBs, bro. Slaves were they were the machines of the past, pretty much, and that's just how it was done. It doesn't say that as a rule that is what must be done, but then per se, yeah, like every culture is built on it. Do you know what I mean? Every culture, even Sparta had
every
slaves.
Culture is built upon what, my brother?
Slavery in that
bullshit.
Context.
I'm calling bullshit upon it, bro. And the reason why, bro.
Guys, thank you so much for giving me the time to jump in, and I really appreciated that. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Take care, Ruben, man. Take care. See you in the Discord, bro.
So
sure,
thanks for your help as well, Uber, man.
At all, bro. But what I'm gonna let you know is this, yeah. The knowledge that you are speaking from what I see, and this is my opinion only. I'm not saying this is what the masses think or what you're like. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just giving my opinion.
Bro, just speak.
From what I've heard of you, Vic, is this, my brother. Yeah? Anglo-Saxon fucking talk and Anglo-Saxon history, my brother. All you're telling me is what they taught you in school. It sounds like, my brother, to me, this is my opinion, that you
didn't even go to school, bro.
You haven't really gone out there and researched.
Where the fuck did I get Anglo-Saxon history from then?
My brother, the country.
I didn't even go to school, Ards.
The country, bro. You say you didn't go to school, but you did. You know, it's an oxymoron. You say you didn't, but you did. You lived here. You've been here.
What does
You've
that
been
mean?
indoctrined. No matter how much you might despise it.
I agree.
We all have.
I agree. We're all indoctrinated, man.
Is it bad?
Yeah, that's
right, man.
That's
He's
good
right.
coming from you and you and you. I was born in 1983, and I was taught much shit that by the time I was 9, I could already dispute. So why would
Brother,
I carry
was
on?
born in 85. I came here as a 4-year-old.
I just didn't carry on.
Yeah, brother, I came here as a 4-year-old in 1989. So what I'm saying is,
my
I don't have
point.
much
My point was
difference
very
to you
different.
in
My
age.
point wasn't about when I was born. My point
No,
was
I'm just saying in age
trying to
and,
tell you by
in age and
19
experience.
by
yeah, we've lived in
1992
the same
thus
area.
yes, by 1992, yeah,
Yes.
I was already out of the system, never to return. So when you're talking about going to
you
school,
know, it's funny you say
gone
that,
already.
but you are still living within that same system.
It's funny that you even talk after that with a but in your voice, as if you can give any buts
No,
to my
I
life.
live in
I'm
the
not
system,
getting
bro, just
frustrated
like
with you, bro, but you don't know
Bro,
nothing
I'm
about
not
my
trying to
life,
be
bro. I was
higher
on
than
road
thy.
from early.
Bro, I'm not trying to be higher than thy. I'm saying that we both
No,
live
but
in
you're
that
trying
same
to you're just
system.
trying to assume stuff about me, which is just not it, bro. It's just not it. I was in prison while my peers and my classmates were doing their GCSEs.
You were in prison, is that what you're saying?
In prison, yes, I was in prison.
Did you commit a
Need
crime,
I
my
say it
brother?
again? Yes, I committed the fucking crime. Of
No
course I did.
problem, man. I hope you learn
Why
from
would
your
I be
mistake,
in
bro.
prison? Right, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Man was already doing time at that point. I'd already
Well
pulled
done,
out
man.
of school. Do you know what I mean? I had the right given to me by my mother to pull out of school whenever the
What,
fuck
to
that I
commit
liked.
crimes?
No, to pull out of school when I
Oh,
liked.
okay.
My mom said, if you're not learning from school and you're not
Mhm.
taking it in and you're not doing it, I can't make you, because I physically cannot make you. I already know that you're too slick for that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you
'Cause
regret
that
to
was
not going to school though, right?
No, why the fuck would I
That's what I
regret
was going to
that?
ask him too, man.
What, as in not having GCSEs?
No,
Yeah.
no,
That's
no.
the only
That,
effect
Eunice,
on my
that's
life.
your
That's
question. What I'm asking you, Vic, is not having the experience of
academic.
mixing with your peers and having the same experiences as them.
No, bro. No, bro. I have no regrets over that. Why was I not with my peers? My peers, this is what is not the same about our lives. This is why you can't make assumptions about someone, even if you think that you was raised in
I'm just
Wapping
asking questions,
and I
but I
was
want to
raised in
know.
Wapping. Yeah,
I
because
just
my
wanna know,
peers
bro.
are criminals. If I'm a criminal, a career, lifelong, third generation criminal, then what are my peers? My peers are other
Are you
criminals.
proud of
Yeah,
that fact, bro?
I was. So if I'm in jail with other thousands of criminals, like that's me with my peers, bro.
No, I agree with that, but I don't
Do you
mean it in
understand?
that way. When I said peers, this is what I meant, yeah? I meant the people of your same age going through the system.
That's what I'm
here.
talking about. Peers, yeah, peers, people my exact same age in my class at school, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
But you're talking about the people that chose a life of crime, though, innit?
How is that any different? Do my choices,
Bro, at
my
what age?
criminal choices, do they make you? They look, see, my criminal choices, yeah.
Yes.
Part of whatever that big whole chunk of my life, which represents the large majority of the life that I've lived, yeah. That's got you thinking that I'm book smart, academically blessed.
You're my
and all
brother
of this.
Vic. My brother Vic. I'm not more academic than you, my brother. I live
No,
the same
why
life
though?
as you.
Why though? That's
the
what it's
only
got you
difference
saying.
is
Of
between
course
me
you
and you,
are.
Vic, is this, yeah? I just never got caught, my brother. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, what? That's.
I'm
What
not
if you
saying that,
stop
yeah,
Zilla this
You
you're
got-
worse off than me
Wagwan
because you
stops.
got caught and whatnot. But I'm not
Big up,
saying
If
that.
you've got GCSEs, you're
Sorry?
more academic. If you've got GCSEs, you're more academically up the grade than me. Simple as
You
that.
know what I regret? I got kicked out of year 11, innit? I wasn't allowed
Year
to go
11.
prom.
Oh, I
Yo,
walked
big up,
out
stop,
year
Zilla.
11. Can't
Big
Yo,
up,
lie.
you're a
big up. They
dickhead
kicked
about
me out.
prom, yo.
Huh?
That's
I
American
walked
thing,
out.
man. Chill out.
I had
Nah,
to
they
walk
kicked
out
me,
year
bro.
My
They
brother, this
kicked
is
me
what I was
out.
trying to say to you. Those GCSEs, like, they ain't getting man far in life. Where have they got on me, bro? So
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not holding them GCSEs to like a higher thing than what
No,
you
I'm
went
just. I
through.
was just correcting you on what you said. Like I'm not more academic than you. Yes, you are, because
No,
you've
I'm not
probably had a
academic at all,
job.
bro.
You've
Well,
probably
I
had
swear
a
to
job.
God, I'm not.
Did you
I'm
have a
not.
bank
I
account
just
before
happened to
2019?
not come out of the system, and I went through
Yeah,
it.
it
That's
was
what happened.
2019 when I got my first bank account, bro. I'm like, I'm hella not the
Hey,
same. as
listen, hey, Vic, let me touch down to you, bro. The first bank account I ever had, you know where it was? New Cred. Do you know about New Cred?
you. No idea.
It's
Is
on
that
Water
those
Lane, bro.
old
Stratty,
fashioned
yeah.
banks?
You know, like if you're from our life,
Sounds like a cash and
yeah,
hunting.
and you don't have you don't have like a bank account, the probation and then people they refer you to this place here. It's like a credit union, and they open up a bank account for people like us. You get me?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't get it.
like, I don't get that either.
Basically, Stop Zilla.
Man's telling you
New Cred is a credit
2019,
union
bro. Like,
that helps people that cannot prove address.
that's a functional
and these kind of
35
things,
years of
to
life.
open up an account that they can go and have an actual account.
Okay.
Well, up until that date there, I didn't really need one. And point is, just yeah, we ain't making those assumptions about life. I'm not making those assumptions about you, to be honest. But it's
Good
definitely
question. Sorry, go on.
obviously I don't come across as a dickhead, innit? That's all it is. Like, so people think, oh yeah, he's done his GCSEs. At the very least, your understanding of this shit, you must at
No, I
the
don't
very
have
least
you
have
as a
an
dickhead
English
at all, bro.
GCSE or something. Do you
I
know
have
what I
you as
mean?
an intelligent brother that I love speaking to, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily
Never a
need GCSEs,
dickhead, brother.
Realistically, I don't want
Never
no
a dickhead, bro.
GCSEs. I just wanted COD on the PS3. Shout out Loki.
PS3.
I could have done with
Fuck out of
some.
here,
I
man.
could have
Your
done with
fucking
some, bro.
PS3
I was up for. Yeah, I was looking forward to my drama GCSEs, my music, IT,
yeah.
fucking.
The,
Do you know what I mean? I was
subjects
looking
that you
forward to a
actually
couple things.
enjoyed, didn't it, bro?
Yeah, classes that I turned up to and had a decent relationship with the teacher, because there was only like
Nah, I
one of
rate
those
that, man.
classes each per week, so I made
I'm
an
sorry
effort
if
for
I
those
came
classes.
off insincere, yeah?
No, it ain't that, bro. It's just letting you know where it ain't at. It's like we don't even need to do that to each other, because you know some of us are extreme cases. That's all. Some of us come from
100, bro.
some
And
other
you
shit.
know what, yeah?
I know about
And-
some
and-
Machu
and-
Picchu,
and I
bro.
rate your
I know
life,
about
bro.
some ancient civilizations, bro. Come on.
Do you play Sid Meier's Civilization?
I play
Because look at yourself now,
colonization,
though.
and I don't think you
Mashallah,
niggas
the
are
way-
ready for
the way people are looking
colonization.
at you
It's Sid
now.
Meier's first escapade.
Not the
Sid
way they
Meier's.
were looking at you.
That
them,
First one.
That
Before it
game taught
became-
me about life. That game taught me about everything.
Listen,
Taught me about
colonization, yeah.
everything.
Colonization,
Yo,
you
stop
let
Dilla,
go
what?
from one of the
You're telling me
founding,
Islam never
from
taught
one
you
of the
nothing?
founding
Get the fuck
colonies,
out
yeah.
of it, man. You dick.
And you land
I'm telling you, like,
on
the world politics.
This is what I'm saying. You land on New America, and you have to kick the ass of all the native people. You have to commit
Yeah.
genocide on the thing just to get your shit started.
Why-
and then
why-
eventually,
why do you have to, though?
the king of your it's just the way, because that's
Well,
the way
why do
history
you
played
have to,
out.
though?
So that's the way that the game has to play out.
Right.
So then eventually,
who's
the
the
king
game
of your
developed
nation.
by, Vic?
Well, you could try, but the king of your nation is just going to ask for more tax and
No,
more.
Vic, I'm just asking you,
and
who
more.
was the game developed by?
Sid Meier's.
By
man.
a white man.
And who is Sid Meier's, Vic?
Anybody, bro. To be
Bro,
honest.
bro,
Is he
odds.
a person that will be considered a Caucasian male, Vic?
I don't think it matters to his opinion. but
Even
yeah,
if you
maybe.
know what I believe, you know what I solely believe in my
Vic's a
heart. They
funny
should,
guy.
they should allow
I don't-
kids
why
to
would
play
it matter?
Sid Meier's.
He's telling the
should allow-
truth. He's telling the
They
truth,
should-
which is
they should
a
allow-
derogatory depiction of a white man. So for a white man to sit there and create the game that I was talking about, it doesn't
But
paint
can
white
I
people in the
say
greatest
one
light.
thing, bro? I'm gonna make a statement, yeah. Is it not the fact, yeah, that throughout civilization, if we look at when we say white people, yeah, if we look at their history, is they not all marred in conquest and slavery and colonization and taking over
Not
the
all of
world,
it.
or is it
Not
marred
all of it.
in 1 second, or is it marred in trying to spread religion and shit?
Both in it.
Sorry?
All these, both in it. All these wars are about religion, no?
No, they're not.
Pretty much are.
They happen to go ahead and make a book, right? And say, yo, this is our book and it constitutes slavery. That's what they did. God never said that they could go around doing that shit, did he?
No.
I don't think.
But
I
I'm sure they used religion to do it, though, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
I
not, we're
agree
not
with
in
that,
that
my brother.
position.
But what
to
I'm
sit
saying
there.
is, did they not, first of all, are they not Muslims right now going around doing suicide bombs when suicide is haram?
Well, they're not Muslims, then, would they?
That's their
No, but
jihad,
I'm
isn't
telling
it? They're
you, bro,
back.
like you
If
said,
they've got
yeah,
the holy war going
like
on
you
for
said, people are
themselves,
using
and
context
then they
of the
commit
book.
suicide in the middle of that, that's obviously void and invalidated their shit. That's them.
No,
Suicide
but
is
all I know is
bad
war
for a Christian
creates
as well.
war.
justify it, right? There are people that will always be in positions of power, of scholarly power, and these kind of things, right?
People
that
like the
people
Pope,
look
yeah?
up to, and certain people are just sheep, bro. You understand? And then they will
Sheep
go and
to
commit
what?
these acts, right? But then we can't just say, oh, because of that, that's what their religion is saying. It's not.
All right, religion is a political weapon, yeah. The whole
Mhm.
thing, the whole construct of society is a political thing, yeah?
Yeah.
This is how they're controlling us. So
Religion is not the same as
political
politics,
weapon,
man. I'm sorry, my bro.
politics.
Religion
all
is not the
part
same
of
as
it.
Even
politics.
away,
I'm sorry,
back in
bro.
the day, they used to start wars.
Religion is not the same as
Yeah,
politics.
right,
Vic.
exactly.
It's not the same as politics.
Yeah, primarily it's barely a separation between the two. Literally. Yeah, with their houses of parliament, and then it's next to a church and shit. What we doing?
Right, but no, but hear this now, yeah. You should understand, yeah. You're comparing your paradigm of religion and politics from where you're living, and that's what the proof you just gave me. Yo, houses of parliament and the churches.
I was
But
actually thinking about
I'm not thinking
Rome
about
and then trying to template it over ancient Aztecs, but
Catholicism or Protestant.
Brother,
your
your
mic's gone, your
mic
mic's
is
gone,
kind of
your
bugging.
mic's gone.
Right. So what men have done after should not constitute.
Your mic has got you sounding like
mic is
Optimus
bugging.
Prime, bro.
You sounding like Robocop.
You sounding like Murphy. Murphy. I mean, they used the book, yeah, and their religion to land on Africa and convince those people. They used what was the fuel for the Crusades. It was the fuel for the majority of all these.
Forget that. I know
grand
this African
campaigns.
girl, right? Family's loaded. When I mean loaded, like loaded from Ghana. So one day I asked her, like, yo, like, how are you so rich? I think this like in high school when I'm just discovering two people like I know are rich. So this girl was like, oh, like she was like, oh, but don't tell no one. But like my family used to like sell slaves in it. She's black herself.
Jeez.
So it's a mad
Black
thing.
slaves though.
Yeah, her own people selling their own people in it. That's how like the family's actually big now.
Wow. People in power like that. That's how a lot of people.
Man, you get that here, man. You get that here with the Romanians. They bring over people, yeah, and they keep them in yards and get them working for them, give them pennies.
Oh, I saw that documentary. You see the Romanian kids you see on the road, like with the parents and that. They drug them, you know. Because I always used to think like, not always used to think, but like in the video was explaining like, why would you not see the kids, right? They're on the floor for like 16 hours. No, so sorry, not 16, like 10, 9, 8. How they not jumping around and that, going, you know, mom, let's go here, let's go there. They're always just on the floor looking sad. Apparently they put some drugs in them, man. It is crazy.
Yeah, people sell people. They've been doing that since the beginning, bro. That's like this whole slavery is one of the fundamental basics of it. You don't even go back to Aztecs. Yeah, who's getting sacrificed?
It was the slaves, no?
Pretty much, it's going to be the lower caste or the lower class of society, right?
Yeah.
Like, who's building the shit? Who's doing the manual labor? Who's chilling back eating the grapes that were picked? I mean, it's just general. It's kind of how it is. And as we grow in our little pockets, as a village turns into a town, as a town turns into a city, we get somewhere along the way where,
someone tapped comes.
it gets sticky, and we create a couple Sheriff of Nottingham's here and a few executioners over there, and you get everybody's doing the Aladdin thing over here. It gets sticky. It gets sticky. Because every society kind of plays it out slightly different as well. Not everyone is like Genghis or like Alexander. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these societies were founded on peace rather than moving in next door and conquering that. But the size of the agricultural holding meant that they need to attack this shit en masse. You need a workforce. And I think it builds up from there. Do you know what I mean? Some people have and some people have not. It's not by any dole of life. It's usually by corruption and fiddly. But, you know, the people on the top are always going to use that position to play against the people in the bottom because that's the way that they stay on top, right?
Yeah, man.
Just sort of is that. They hold us there with this religion. This is obvious. This much is obvious. This is not even really a debate. Do you know what I mean? You over there fighting over fucking who's Hindu and who's Muslim, or he's over there fighting over the fact that all you motherfuckers are not Christian. We're not having that, so we're moving over. Do you know what I mean? And it's just it's that template everywhere, to be honest. Imposition of culture.
Do you know, in regards to the whole situation pertaining to, you know, the in regards, someone touched on the fact that, you know, when it comes to like organized crime and all that, I think someone talked about the Romanian example. You know, it doesn't surprise me because, you know, every organized crime group always victimizes somebody from, you know, from their own ethnic group, because all organized crime groups are ethnic composed gangs.
That's true. For the sake of money, innit?
Yeah.
Anything for the sake of money.
Yeah, so
Money
that's
and
why,
power,
you know,
power does other things to men
I
as
think for
well.
many years you had the triads. They would, you know, they would extort money from Chinese, you know,
Businesses and that.
business
Shops.
owners and all that.
But they used to have this code where they don't show in their own community. They go show outside the community.
Yeah, yeah.
You get even that. Even you
With
can see the little
extorting the
honor in
business
there.
owners, that happens in many places, man. It happens in Ghana and them places as well. Nigeria, it happens there as well. You know, it happens all over the world. It happens in India as well, man. You know, you always get gangs and they say, hey, you give us money. So, give us money and we'll protect you, them kind of things. And then once you give them money, they just keep coming back and asking for more and more. You know what I mean? That happens everywhere, man.
You know who does this as well? What's their name? Al Shabaab. Them. You know, them wild
This is how
guys.
they fund all their stuff, man.
Yeah, they went up to my friend's. His family had the business, right? They went up. They're like, "Oh, yo, hi. You know who we are? We just want 25%. Well, everyone's dead here."
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, hold that. Take it." And then they found out one of my friend, he works for the government, and they don't like that. They do not like that, and yeah, man, they speak. It's life, man. What can you do?
No, man. We'll talk about the slavery. I think money is slavery, man. And money is the same thing as religion in a way, in my eyes, because the monetary system, for example, in the UK, the monarchy, the Queen's all religious and all that shit, and she pushes all that. She goes to the church and all that shit and promotes it. So then the rest of the nation, it's like they get the people at the top, you know, the biggest influence, and they use them to push all this stuff, man. But money and religion are two of the same thing, man. That's what I've come to learn, especially with the crypto flipping thing.
I mean, money and religion,
it's imaginary value, especially with crypto. It's imaginary value. It's not physical.
Money
changes,
but religion
they both
doesn't
take
change.
faith, right? They both take a large degree of faith.
Yeah, it's faith. That's it. The same with the crypto. Nothing's physical about it. You can't hold a cryptocurrency in your hand. It's not like a pound and a penny. It's all digital.
You can hold it.
Yeah. The
same as NFT. They call it NFT art, but you can't actually physically hold it. It's only going to exist on digital. So let's say your devices mess up, your stuff's gone. Do you know what I mean?
The only way
if you have a piece of art, it's physical. You can actually hold it. If you have cash, you can physically hold it.
Yeah, but if your house burns down, then it's gone.
I don't think we're messing up any of that digital non-central shit for a hot sec anyway. But then, having said that, I feel like what the man just said is correct in a sense, because it sounds better than fucking. I promised to pay the bearer the sum of £10. You know what I'm saying? Just when I showed this picture of the Queen's face. That sounds.
Do you know what? I'm just wondering.
Is
her head going? Is her face is going to be there on the note? You know, like in 20 years' time and all that. Or it's going to be another face.
It's the most powerful thing a person can do is put face on a money, man. It's like when they take over a country, the first thing they do is change the face on the money and depowers the leaders. So they did with all the countries they've invaded. They've just changed the faces on the currency. So the original leaders are no longer on the leader on the money. So it's like a psychological thing. Yeah. Because you're seeing the face on the money, so it gives that person power, if you know what I mean. Because you can buy things with money, you can pay your rent with money, you can eat with money,
so long
travel with money.
Believe in it,
but it's psychological. It's all psychological. That's it. As long as
you don't believe in that, then the power is gone.
And that's when people stop believing in cash. Yeah, like the fiat currencies now, they're crashing because people don't.
Right now, you can go to places that only accept card.
For example, fiat currency is failing. That's why all these countries are making their own digital currency. Like they're making digital Great British pound. Euro's already made the digital euro.
Yeah, of course.
And you do know it's all kicking in this. But it starts now. It started the 1st of April, but China started theirs in January. China started their digital currency in January, and it's all to do with the data privacy laws. That's what we've been following mainly, like with the crypto thing. That's how we know what's going to pop and when it's going to pop, because we just look at what countries certain cryptos come from, And what we're doing, we're looking at when the data privacy laws kick in. As soon as like it happened with Japan, yeah, the day that kicked in, it boomed. Literally, the set currencies for that specific country, that's what booms, and it's all to do with data privacy laws, and they're trying to make it the new thing. Basically, they're trying to make it take over, and they're going to make fiat currency fail. And yeah, man, we kind of got the plan from the the World Economic Forum. They just basically they put everything in plain sight, but a lot of people see the jargon instead of what the aim actually is, man. And it is to digitalize everything: the pound, the dollar, the euro, the yen.
Like, what's that movie again?
The
Minority
ruble.
Report. We're gonna be paying stuff with our eyes.
Yo, you know what the beef with Russia is? Yo, listen, you know what the beef with Russia is? The Russian ruble has got the most money spent on crypto is Russian ruble, and they don't like the fact that Russia's got like so much invested in crypto as well.
They're trying to bypass it and everything. I think they were getting scared of the embargo as well that was coming. That was planning to come through, but
yeah, man.
And they're trying to make everyone paying rubles now.
Bang on, yeah. That's it.
It's mad.
Yeah, but it's all linked, man. It's all linked. The whole thing.
Good for them, I say.
As long as we make our money and
get
your ticket out of there, man. Just get your ticket.
Making money and then your value of your money's going down. You're making money, especially people who are saving and holding on to money. As the currency gets lower and lower, the value becomes lower and lower. What they're holding and their savings are becoming lower and lower as well. So you have to adapt. You have to like move your money around, and that's what they're trying to do: is get people to move money.
You have to use it. You're not here on earth to stack paper. You have to use the money that you've got.
Yeah, man, that's it.
Survive.
I mean, there's only only a few people in Russia that are rich. I think it's like 0.01%.
The oligarchs.
Communism, though, isn't it? So you're not supposed. The idea isn't to get rich. The idea of their society isn't to make it to the top of the rat race, is it? It's to conform.
I mean, I do recall one time hearing that, and a politician, a Russian politician in London, he earns £1,000 salary, and he lives in a multi-million-pound house in the heart of West London, like like proper, expensive estates in West London, like Chelsea, the Chelsea area. Or Kensington, I think the W8 area, something like that, or the SW13 area. I'm not too sure.
All politicians just got a £2,000 a month bonus as well. Did you know about that? The politicians in the UK, they get an extra £2,000 a month. Since about a month or two ago.
It's crazy. I think there's a whole list where you can see where they get.
It is a bad thing because they're restricting everyone else, but they're getting fucking perks and all this now, man. It's not good.
Ain't even that, just that,
man. They were giving each other like
cut your expenditure. Your cost of life is down.
I mean, do you know what? I actually don't mind being an MP. Like, I get £85,000 a year.
No. You don't get 85,000. You get more than that. You get to have friends with your people, the richest people in your area. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna throw money at you. Of course, they want some later laws changed. Maybe they want a deal that's coming through.
All your travel's covered by expenses. Come on, man. That's separate from your wages as well.
And plus, they're not really allowed to accept gifts from their constituents, but they still have to anyway. But then
I think you need to claim by tax or something like that.
Yeah, there was one guy getting grilled in it. They were asking him, where did you get
this
80K from?
Do you know how they do it? They have the businesses and they put the money in each of us pockets. It's like with the PPE, Rishi Sunak's fucking missus and all that. They spend the money with each of us companies, so it ends up in each of us pockets. It stays in a small circle of people, and it doesn't escape there.
Just like when they were giving out free like gloves and antibacterial and stuff, they're only selecting it to their own, and then distributing it to the rest. And then some other business people didn't even get anything.
Yep. Yeah, man. Did you know them COVID business loans at the beginning of the pandemic? A lot of people was paying the bills with it. All the people that got inside information put it into crypto, because at the beginning of the pandemic, a Bitcoin was like
Oh,
three
yeah,
and a
that's
half
on the
grand,
bull
5
run.
grand. Yeah, it was three grand to 5 grand. Bitcoin was. It went to 80 grand just before Christmas. So basically, the people who put all their COVID loans into crypto, they pulled it out in last Christmas. Well, just before Christmas, and man, they paid off all of the debts and still had money left. Man, and then everyone else is going broke because they're struggling, panicking, thinking, "How am I going to pay my rates and this and that?" These men have inside information and stuff, man.
It's not like they have inside information. They basically they got the first scoop in it. They can, you know.
Yeah.
They can do everything, and then everyone else will just follow along like dogs, and people will be left astray.
Yeah, man. They just tell the people that they care about, "Hey, look, do this," you know. Man, we're run by a bunch of wolves, man.
For real.
Literally, man. Wolves of Westminster.
Play the game or get played.
That's the thing, man. They make it a game, innit?
Sorry, still up in my war game.
Yeah, well, like insider trading is a criminal offense, though.
Not if you make it look like it's not insider trading.
So it's being a dirty.
I mean, you know, it's still a criminal offense, though. If you know, like if you're giving knowledge, you know, to something that hasn't been released. For instance, if somebody gave out knowledge, you know,
that's what we've been doing on our Discord,
system,
man.
like, or the financial trading system.
But this is what I've been doing on my Discord. Literally, the other day, I told everyone about a token called DNT. Sorry.
Let's just say, okay, hypothetically speaking, let's just say, okay, 9 a.m. Okay, you know, such and such events is going to occur and all that.
No, they put the clues in plain sight. It's like the other day, Uber Houston put in the Discord. He's like, "Hey, Dogecoin's going to be on the green list because it's got it's a picture of Shiba Inu on the logo, and Japan it's one of their favorite dogs." So he was like, "We knew this was going to be big, and we connected the dots as well." And he mentioned it about a week before it boomed. Today it's been booming. The last 2-3 days it's been booming. Same as the token called DNT. I made loads of money on it, and while I was in this place, I couldn't get access to my money because it's in my yard. So I was like, I was hinting to everyone about DNT token, bro. It did 116% about 2 days after, and everyone was like, "I'm glad I listened to you, man." There's some people made 20 grand off my call out, man. Motherfuckers didn't tip me nothing, stingy bastards. But yeah, man, people have been making mad money. Same with the Jasmine. Some of the information on that, because we've been looking in Japanese on it. You're not going to find the information in English language, but if you type in Jasmine in Japanese language in Google, you get completely different results. It's like you have to think, like, let's say you want to find information on Russia. You have to type it in English on Google translate it into Russian, and use that actual Russian, the Russian letters that they use on the spelling. You have to use that, and you'll actually find information that you wouldn't find anywhere else. And what have we come to the conclusion that all the information that we find, everyone else is going to find out 3 months to 6 months later. And man, we're so right. We've been doing this for months, and we've been catching big gains, man. Let's just say I'm holding like 4 times more than what I was holding in October, and I haven't even added no more money to it. I've just been like cashing out before the fall and buying in before it booms, but we know it's going to boom because of what the information is happening, like the whitelist. Also, Jasmine's been one of it's the only coin that's been listed aggressively in the history of crypto. It's getting listed to the most exchanges in the world, which tells us it's going to be a worldwide project. But yeah, man, we're making money, man. And that Uber brought at the same time as me. It went to 33 cents. He goes, "I ain't selling. I'm holding." It dumped down to 1 cent. And we was all wounded. We was like, "Man, we should have just cashed out 33 cents and brought back in at 1 cent. We would have had 33 times more than what we was holding." But yeah, man, it's all like catching patterns and knowing the information. And sometimes, like, some of these people talking codes, on Twitter, they make a post and everyone would assume yeah, man, they'd see past it, like the Shiba Inu. Elon Musk posted a picture of Floki, and everyone started buying Shiba Inu. But at the same time, Jasmine got listed Shiba Inu is the Japanese dog. As soon as I clocked on, like, I was like, no way. Yeah, so we brought that, and that's what he really meant. And we know it means that because, you know, Tesla's not a car company, you know that. It's a data collection company. So when you drive your car in a Tesla, yeah, it maps the road as you're driving it and sends that information back to Tesla so they can build a map about, you know, all the roads. This is how they're building their GPS and that. So it's basically a data. I'm going to post a link, actually. It's fucking dope.
Well, Tesla is known as a car company.
No, but it's a data company. I'm gonna prove it to you. Like, we do our due diligence. We don't do like guesswork and that. We literally find the clues and shit. We find all the linking information, and some of these top people at the very top, yeah, they tell us blatantly,